Exclusive.
Well, speaking of value, do you guys want to? You guys said something today. You both said this.
And I'm disappointed because Jordan said it first, but I was going to save it for the show.
I knew it was going to come up, so I wanted to get it out there.
I was going to save
I
it
just
for the
wanted to
show,
get it
and
out there.
Jordan said it first,
Yeah,
and
I
I was
just wanted to
annoyed.
get it out
I'll say what you both said.
Yeah.
You both said, talk about, here's the value to Game Pass. This game is on Game Pass. Expedition 33, we had our first impressions last week.
Claire
Jordan and
Obscure.
Spicy are both much more further into it, very deep into the games, and they both said today, this is my new favorite game.
Yeah, it's my new favorite game of all time.
Of all
you
time.
had games like Witcher 3, Elden Ring, Red Dead, Halo 2, original Gears franchise. This one is ahead of all of them.
All right, so since Jordan said it first
Yeah, dumbass.
in the chat, he gets to go
I did.
first. Why? Why is this? What is it about Expedition 33 that that's a big statement?
I think this is as perfect of a game as you can get. Everything works. Let's just start with like the arbitrary, well, not arbitrary, but like the easy stuff. The game looks good. The art style is incredible. Music is phenomenal. Whoever wrote the story, God bless that person. They should write books. The combat is what does it for me, because so turn-based combat. I think this is the game. I said this last week. I think this game can get people who don't like turn-based combat into this turn-based combat.
except for any other turn-based combat, with the exception of Persona, is like a major step down. Don't you
I
think?
think this is better than Persona turn-based combat. I think it's better than, I haven't played all the way through Metaphor, but I think it's better than Metaphor turn-based combat. This combat innovated the genre. So this is the best turn-based combat I have ever played in a game. There are other games that have good turn-based combat. This is the best.
Yeah.
So, and just a quick example before I go to Mark, the way the combat is set up, each character that you play has a completely different combat style, so you can find who appeals to you most. They give you the freedom of switching in and out of your party, playing a solo party, splitting your party into two different parties. They give you all this freedom. They have a mechanic, dodge, parry. They actually have a lot more mechanics, but dodge and parry. At first, I thought it was just like, see a star. So you hit the button at the right time, you get a little extra damage. No, the dodge and parry are very much built into the overall system. Meaning, like, you can parry something and activate what's called a picto, which is like a buff or a modifier, which then gives you a buff or a modifier that combos with an ability you have that then can combo with a partner's ability that she has that then can activate her picto that then combos with this, and all from like a parry or a dodge or the combat. It's the best I've ever seen turn-based. It's the new standard. Final Fantasy is looking at this and going, oh shoot.
Oh shit!
Well,
delay.
if that's what they're doing for their next, if that's what they want to do for their next
I mean,
one, but like
there's a lot
it's-
of inspiration from Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely. A
feel
lot
like
of inspiration from a lot of games.
as far as the combat system, especially, I feel like it's an amalgamation of everything that has been good in turn-based games up until now. They have taken everything that I have liked and put it all into this. And like Jordan said, I think it's a perfect game. It's so good.
And it's everything. Everything.
Well, just
builds
the
up to it being-
I was
yeah.
humming the music beforehand, like just the music and the music when you transition to fighting.
Do you know what it's like?
To be attracted to characters on screen.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Even the dudes.
Even the dude, you're like, this guy's a man.
Yeah. No, I told this to Mark the other day. I was like, it's nice to we're in the good old days of like, Frodo took the ring to Mordor because it was for the greater good.
Yeah.
It wasn't because of how he felt or about what bathroom he wanted to use or about what social political message that Assassin's Creed wants to give to us this year. It was just about doing the right thing for the betterment of your people. And that's what this game is about.
Your Lumiere's people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is Lumiere a fictional? Because I've seen back and forth on this. Is it France or is it's a fictional place? Like it's not.
Well, I mean, you have the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, because I see the Eiffel Tower and you see like the arches there.
I mean, they're definitely French.
Yeah, it's for sure French.
Well,
But is it like is it like a different universe? Is that what?
I mean, I don't know if they're going off of some folk fairy tale things or whatever, but
Yeah, because Metaphor was kind of the same way.
yeah.
And
But
if we were to go into that discussion, you would start to spoil some moments
Okay.
of that
Okay.
game.
Then yep. Never mind. Forget I asked the question.
No, it's okay. It's a good question because is this a pseudo reality? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. That's
It makes it interesting too. Another part of a
well,
good
and
story.
the way they present, like the pacing of the story. Granted, I'm only at the beginning here, but so far, the way they like present the story, and then the gameplay, like the pacing is just perfect.
well, even just the way they tell the story, like it's not 20 minutes of what do you call it, like exposition dump. You know what I mean? When they need like they almost tell you the story through the gameplay and the visuals of the level.
Yeah.
Well, and they do exposition in the right way. Where
Yeah.
they're figuring it out when you're figuring it
Yeah,
out.
exactly. Yeah. Well, and they don't just come right out and tell you. Like they say, "Hey, the Gomage is going on, and this is crazy. We're in all this land with all these Nevrons," and you like learn about that as you play and progress through the game. Like it's really well done. And I have to say this, Mael, one of the best characters in a long time. Like I think all the characters, Loon, what's the one girl's name? Ciel.
Skiel?
Skiel.
Yeah,
I don't know how to pronounce
Skiel.
it now. So there's Mael, Luna, Ciel,
Oh, I mean,
Gustav and Verso and so you know like all the characters
yeah.
they're very well done.
Yeah.
But no, Mael is a super interesting, one of the best characters in a while.
It feels. I mean, it just feels polished. It feels solid. Again, a game on Game Pass, and outside of Game Pass, $49.
Yeah.
I think it's like a 30-man studio.
It's on sale right now too, by the way. It's $44 on sale.
So it's Sand something Interactive, not Sandbox Interactive. What's the name of them? Sand something.
Let me see. 30 people. 12. Hey, Ubisoft. 12. Ubisoft. 12x Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
that's how many people are on this game?
No, well, there was like when you go through the credits because the studio.
No. So there's outsourced workers.
Yeah, there's
of
outsourced,
50.
yeah.
But like core, like who works for the company, 30.
You're telling this is a complete shock to me. You're telling me that the developer of this game had 30 people?
Yeah.
In
It's a
addition to
30-man
like
team.
outsourcing to
Yeah,
other,
but
you know.
outsourcing is.
I mean, but everybody
Not
outsources.
core,
Like
like, outsourcing-
Ubisoft have teams of 1,000 who then outsource to people.
That blows my mind.
What's the name of them? Sand something Interactive.
Let me see. I'll tell you in 2 seconds. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it is producer, publisher,
Sandfall.
Kepler Interactive.
That's
Oh, the developer,
Sandfall
Sandfall
Interactive.
Interactive.
Well, you know what's funny is the CEO or head of Sandfall Interactive. I had heard his previous game he worked on was like Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Imagine sitting in the office making Breakpoint and you're just like, all right, I'm at my Breakpoint. So
I want to create something beautiful, and just be like, I want to create something beautiful.
Yeah.
and then you go and do it. By the way, the prediction: this is going to be either a television show or a movie.
this
Guaranteed.
is. I think this game.
That sucks. That sucks so bad.
Well, as long as this dude makes it, or these guys make it.
they're in
No.
charge.
Yeah.
Because it is
You have
basically
high hopes, you get excited, and then you get dumped on.
Unless something comes out that just utterly blows my mind, and if that happens, then this is probably the greatest year in gaming. This game, if it doesn't sweep the Game Awards, then there's some definite
there will be
backstage issues.
some. There will see some money changing hands. Somewhere.
music, gameplay, game of the year, hands
Acting-
down.
the acting is
voice
fabulous.
acting,
The
all
voice
of it.
acting.
Yeah, it's if this doesn't sweep the Game Awards, then you know there's some corruption there.
Art direction is amazing. Like, look at the color palette they use and how it's all the set pieces that are designed.
It's kinda
are
like a
fantastic.
painting.
It's kind of like a paint. Oh, I do know what you guys mean though, because last week you guys were like, "Man, she's so fast," and then in that first thing,
do you think that's a bug, or do you think it was
No,
just
it's real.
Do you think? Well, like it's that just
When it
how
happened,
they.
I was like, "What happened?"
You're like, oh shoot,
Whoa!
Hey, okay.
And then I didn't. And I was like, "How do I
It
run
makes,
here?" And then I
it
figured
makes
out how
you
to
not
run.
explore. You're like, oh, here we go.
Whoa! Yeah, you're like, you gotta go.
That's Mael.
That's pretty funny. Ew, she's out of there.
Yeah, it's an incredible game. It's one of my favorite games now of all time. I think it's game of the year. I thought I was gonna wait to play this game because I'm having a lot of fun with Oblivion. How very wrong I was. It is now Oblivion that is waiting for me